you have the LeBlanc set up the chains, then the Lee Sin can follow up. But this only functions as a counter with jungle attention, so they need to make things happen mid. Bot lane, they're going to go for the Kate Lux, which into the Veigar. Veigar's not got a lot of pushing power early. This should be a pretty chill matchup for DK bot lane. But also another one that if you introduce some volatility can struggle. And the Rakan looking to come through, so... Man. Honestly, DK have got a pretty long range comp. It's going to be hard to engage onto them because they have like the Kennen ult, they have, you know, Lux and Caitlyn traps can be problematic. Nongshim, I think, need to get the ball rolling early on this one. I feel like the jankier the skin...
Oh, the better.
The better.
Yeah. Are you like a bobsled Corki player?
Oh.
As Poolbay is not going to get knocked up.
Oh, this is such
But the chain is going to connect. And he's going to have to flash.
Beautiful. But for each melee minion you miss, it's like 2 casters.
Yeah.
So if you miss...
Oh my god, Calyx is a beast! What is this? He's level 2! The last auto's not enough to get there, but Poolbay, he has to go home.
Yeah, he has to reset.
I mean, Karma is basically yelling, I'm gonna throw something at you, as she walks up, so it feels a little bit easier. As Event Horizon comes down, Double H in a bit of trouble here. Loopy just stands his ground. Peacemaker is going to miss, as now Lucid in the area. Sounder in position as well, though. Level 5 to level 4 actually might be huge here. As Double H moves on over, Jiwoo still able to get in here, pick up these minions. Doesn't get that one. Auto attack's pretty slow on good old Veigar, as these health bars are just getting melted.
Yeah, I mean, I like the decision, though. Lucid is there, and this is kind of like good jungle play. It's not necessarily about the ganks, right? It's still 0-0-0 Sejuani.
Oh dear. Oh. Man, that battle dance actually kind of clutch. As Lucid going to move on over yet again. And Jiwoo, I don't know whether he's going to be able to save himself from this one. Winter's Wrath going to connect, but Lucid still going to have to get out. And sometimes it's just, as we say that, the Caster Curse potentially comes in. But Rahel not going to take too much damage from a level 5 Veigar. And so he's going to be all right. Look at Nongshim, though. They're kind of feeling a little bit better. Moving out, away from their turret for a moment. As Chain comes in, good little use of the distortion. As Calyx is just kind of toying with Poolbay right now. Let's see whether Poolbay is going to survive. Control Ward in position as, great reaction. Or is that like your psyche that's telling you that like remember that time you stepped on that Lego? Because I think a lot of there's got to be something to be said about Phantom Pain like that. As Sounder is getting surrounded, guys. He is not having a very good time. Life Binding not going to connect, but the Q does. Oh, I don't know about that one. He's still dead. And that is going to be First Blood going to Lux.
Of all the people there, right? So Caitlyn ult coming in. There's a Kennen there who's got a lot of damage.
Yeah.
And Loopy's like, you know, this is matching. I don't know if people went here early in the series. Double H stole, categorically stole a kill. No other way to spin it. And this feels like the answer back.
Yeah, that did happen. All right, we do have the quickness coming in. That's a decent knock-up onto Rahel. But he's just going to stand his ground. 1 second. As Poolbay is going to face check a Jace and possibly just die. Event Horizon goes down. And he flashes over. There's a flash that can't be followed. And so he is going to survive, but at what cost?
And it's... Oh? Calyx may be looking for something here.
Well, Loopy could be in trouble. Calyx dives on over. The Baby Cage not doing too much as Jiwoo has to cleanse almost immediately. Double H has a battle dance, I believe. As Thanatos goes in and doesn't really find much with the ult. Slice gets Mihail out of there. Sound a nice disengage kick. And Nongshim, they're saying no to the violence.
Not as much tenacity.
Yeah, see?
Not as tenacious as they could be.
Yeah, not the Legends tenacious like you were talking about.
Yeah, tenacious D.
Yeah. No, that we don't have any tenacious D in this game right now. Not in a great position to... Oh, speaking of not great positions, as there's quickness and a grand entrance, and Mihail is going to just come in, stun up the cannon, grab himself the kill, also tanking the turret nicely for his team as D+ moving down. We'll see whether they can actually cut them off. There's not a lot of damage in this duo, but what they're doing is keeping them in position. The rest of the cavalry are on their way. And the Renekton gets himself out, immediately committing to the double teleports. And in goes Sounder. Can they actually win a team fight here, though, is the question, as Jiwoo comes down. And Drake is up in 35 seconds. There is nothing here for anyone to fight over just yet.
They have control over the Dragon area. They have this Herald down mid. And Jiwoo might be in trouble.
He cleansed the nothing, just giving respect to Lucid for throwing the ultimate even though he missed. And oh dear. Primordial Burst used on a Sejuani. It's not really what you want. It's Calix. Ooh, getting over the wall, but not able to find Lucid. And Lucid doesn't actually have a Warmogs complete just yet, as Thanatos is going to find a Crocodile lying in the brush. Stun comes in. He doesn't have his Slicing Maelstrom available just yet, but it is coming up pretty soon.
Oh, something's happening on the screen.
Yeah, you're part of the problem, by the way. I think that might have been what Chronicler was alluding to.
I am going to choose to ignore what chat is saying. I don't care if that person had a sword next to their name. I'm not going to read it.
Yeah, it's a good way to be. As Thanatos might die, Mihail presses his ultimate button, but oh man, Thanatos is just outplaying him. Calix is dead, and Mihail possibly stunned up. Thanatos going to take matters into his own hands. That's a lot of fury, and so you're not going to be able to get the double. But man, that outplay was so sick.
That was so good. You needed an AD LeBlanc there, just sitting on the tower auto-attacking.
I know.
Didn't have the damage.
Nope. And now, Sounder is looking for access. He does get in.
Oh, he gets
it! Seals it! And he gets out? Wait, what? No, you're not allowed to get out. You're not allowed to get out after that steal. Sounder, you go back. You go back. You go back to that Baron pit. They deserve this kill.
They're going to get it. They're going to get it.
He's moving in. Oh, gives him the thumbs up. He's very dead. There we go. Even leaves the blast cone there.
I mean, this should have been DK having the game in the bag. Ult comes in. A lot of the burst used. And then here, you know, Calix just kind of auto-attacking, gets stunned. And then the flash to dodge the W. So well played.
So sick.
And here, it's like, okay, our top lane just won a 1v2. All we have to do is press smite on the Baron.
Yeah.
And you know what they didn't able to do? They didn't do. They couldn't do.
Well, also it's like get vision outside of the pit.
Yeah. But like he Q's in, like ult comes in, and he buffers it by dashing in.
Oh, I think the trap was put down.
And then smite, yeah.
Oh man, really sick.
And nearly got away.
And those people do have Baron, so that is certainly a reason why they have some control. But Lucid's just going to move on in. Double H stuck in CC Purgatory as Sounder dives on forward. Oh, that's an ultimate, but only onto Mihail as Thanatos getting taken down. There is the ult, but it's traded for 3. Oh my goodness, the amount of damage here as Jiwoo booped over the wall. Jiwoo gets into the brush, does avoid a whole bunch of buttons, but he's still dead, guys. And Calix being a little bit frustrating, and that is going to be Cloud Soul going over to D+ Kia, and the game along with it.
You're going to be zooming. Look at the replay, so yeah. Initially, fight starts, they don't just go for the dragon finish. The engage comes in, but I think, I'm not sure what stops Sounder from following through, but here, yeah, Double H is like, I'll just go in. Dies, and then Jiwoo is left alone like, oh lord, and has already used his ult to finish off the cannon, so there's no way you're killing this Jace, who's somewhat tanky considering he is built full damage.
Yeah, and also, I mean, this was a pretty muted Viger as well. As Double H, yeah, probably, he's reminiscing on that time in the draft where he said, Rakan will be fine. And he's thinking to himself, perhaps.
Playoff series, when you're in the single limb stage, is definitely the time to test matchups. It's a learning phase.
Yeah, no, I agree. 100%. That is going to be a turret going down on the bottom lane. There we go. Second in the game for Nongshim. In the meantime, though, Caitlyn getting to work, doing what she does best, shooting things. One of them going to be this inhibitor is going to be taken out. So yes, they lost to Baron. Did not really matter whatsoever here, as DK so far ahead. Currently 8,000 gold, and now 303 on this Caitlyn as well.
Yeah,
moving towards Rapid Fire Cannon to be the next one, I believe. And Calix, oh dear, taking a lot of damage. Nongshim, just standing around means that you kind of just die, which is sad. The inhibitor definitely dead, but now maybe the Nexus.
And the problem is, right, Jiwoo puts the cage down and everyone just like stands on the other side of it and just still hits you. I mean, this is kind of the problem we have with this composition. The range discrepancy is quite a thing. Sometimes it's hard to stop teams from fighting. They can't resist. And that's the moment where it's like, no, just fight. Just go.
This is listen to your instincts, you know? As Jiwoo taking a shock blast there. Not too worried about it. Does actually manage to get to a death cap. Kind of crazy.
Whoa!
Okay, Thanatos just explodes the Burst Mage, and oh dearie me. Oh man, okay, so Calyx is going to be all right. Shock Blast does not connect,
Again,
but he's still home.
Gonna be all right is a strong Tim.
Well, he's not dead. He's going to go back and get that arm reattached, or something like that, and the leg, and the other arm, and then teleport back here. He's a glutton for punishment, I guess. Let's see whether Sounder can do it again, guys. All right, in we go. There's a kick onto Lucid. Event Horizon is down. Can they get a kill before everyone dies? Because here comes Thanatos. Just destroys the Viger. Mihail down extraordinarily low as Rahel has had enough of this. And DK, they don't need to waste their time with no Baron. They should be able to just go and win the game.
Perfect play. I mean, DK bait them in with a Baron. They try and opt in. Thanatos gets a mega ult. And then Rahel right-clicks several times.
Oh, yeah.
That's how we do it.
He may not have even done that. He may have just A-clicked an area in the river.
Oh, man, that kind of destroys my faith, right? I make assumptions that right-clicking is being done, but...
Yeah, maybe it wasn't.
How are we supposed to know?
Yeah, you never know. He could have just been attack moving at the enemy, and it would have been good enough as the Nexus goes down, and we are going to Silver Scrapes for our first series. Look at this damage. It's absurd.
I feel like this is a difficult one, because look, Nongshim, because they defeated DK earlier when they were on red side, they get side selection in Game 5, which we...
vote for Thanatos for you, by the way.
Yes.
Sorry, I wasn't talking to the microphone.
Go ahead. Yeah, I feel like they're going to have side selection in Game 5, which is obviously an advantage, but DK finally showed their form and just bodied them. So it's like on one side we have the momentum, on the other side we have the advantage of blue side.
Yeah.
I think it's hard to call who's going to come out ahead in this Game 5. By the way, this series has really been in for the long haul, and anyone watching knows that they got their money's worth. He had some pretty fantastic plays in the ult. Like in the team fights, like there was a one where he killed Double H kind of accidentally. Yeah. But the last one was very deliberate. And
it was.
He kind of just made it everyone.
It was really well played. I also think that the way Nongshim wanted to get back into the game was by trying to punish him, and he never put himself into a position where he was able to be